Hi everyone, my name is Robin Speziale and I am the national best-selling author of a book called Market Masters. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 videos based on the stock market. And this is my opinion. Please comment in the video section which movies were your favorite. Maybe movie number 5 for me was number 1 for you. But these are the top. And some of these videos are actually my favorite of all time, actually, if you look at all genres. And so in rank order from 1 to 5, these are my top 5 favorite stock market movies ever. So movie number 1 is Wall Street, and this original Wall Street, which was released in 1987, the year in which I was born. And Wall Street is starring a very young Charlie Sheen. And Charlie Sheen with, of course, the infamous Gordon Gekko character, played by Michael Douglas. Greed is good is one of the famous lines there. And it was just, it was a movie filmed by Oliver Stone that really gave the viewer a glimpse into Wall Street and, how a firm operated then, the power, the corruption, the greed. It was just such a well-made film. It's one that I have on Blu-ray here in my condo. I rewatch it at least once a year. I've probably seen it over 30 times. So my second favorite movie, based on the markets, is The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Martin Scorsese. And The Wolf of Wall Street is a very fun, entertaining movie. It's very lighthearted, and it's very different from Wall Street, which is very dark, I find. But Wolf of Wall Street, tons of fun. You can learn a lot about the industry there. You can see some great acting and some really funny scenes. I think the Lamborghini scene, where he was absolutely high on Quaaludes trying to get to his car at the golf club, was just hilarious. Movie number 3 is The Big Short. The Big Short, based on Lewis's book, best-selling book. What a fabulous read. The movie was great. It had an all-star cast, right, like with Pitt, etc. And this was probably the most educational movie of the 5. Not as entertaining. Some of it felt a little bit forced. But if I was to put on a movie in a finance class in high school or university, I would pop on The Big Short. And what it depicted were the events leading up to the financial crash, and it showed the euphoria around the housing market, and how that led to collateralized debt, and the insurers insuring this bad debt that was bundled, with some pretty bad mortgages that weren't going to get paid, and which led to the entire financial crash in the United States that rippled throughout the world. So movie number 4 is Margin Call, and Margin Call is a pretty great movie. It shows a firm that's on the brink of crash, and several emergency meetings with executives discussing, okay, what do we do? What are the contingency plans, etc. I won't ruin it for you. I haven't seen it in a while. I believe it's got Spacey in there, but it's very well acted. And my last movie here, like, it's not the worst, but it's my least favorite of the 5, is Boiler Room. And Boiler Room has a lot of young actors who we see today in a lot of movies. For example, Vin Diesel. I think it came out in the year 2000, but it, Boiler Room, it depicted a firm that was just selling, some pretty crappy stock. And there was one famous scene where it was a doctor who they sold his stock to, and it was just fun and games for these brokers to sell this over-the-counter pink sheet stock that will ultimately decline in value quite quickly. Because there's no real value in these companies that they're selling to their quote unquote clients. Anyway, so this is the list. These are my top 5 movies based on the stock market of all time. All the way back from '87 to, I think the most recent one I believe was The Big Short a couple of years ago. And so from 1 to 5 in rank order: Wall Street, number 1; number 2, The Wolf of Wall Street. Number 3, The Big Short. Number 4, Margin Call. And number 5, Boiler Room. All right, guys, we're going to watch these movies. Enjoy and talk soon. Happy investing.